I see one more guru tell me to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for an hour, drink some green juice before journaling all of my intentions, I'm going to lose it. If you're already successful, the problem isn't your morning routine. It's believing the lie that there's this perfect routine is what separates you from even more success, okay? Does waking up at 5 a.m. make you a better CEO or just someone who's super cranky and eats 3 coffees before noon? One of my clients, we're going to call her Sarah, she felt like a total failure because she couldn't stick to this 5 a.m. routine. But guess what? She's a 7-figure business owner and she's absolutely freaking killing it starting her day at 10 a.m. Success doesn't come from forcing yourself into a box. It comes from knowing what works for you. So instead of forcing someone else's routine, audit your own energy levels. Ask yourself, when do I naturally do my best work? And then structure your mornings to support that, not sabotage it. So if your best work comes from 10 to 2, why would you have to get up at 5 a.m.? Right? If you can get all the same things done and still get your work done between 10 and 2, right? It's going to walk you through how to create your time maximizer framework so that way you can get the most out of every minute that you have without wondering which end is up and which end is down, okay? Without waking up at 5 a.m. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. Good for you if you like it. If it works for you, fantastic. But so many people feel like that they have to do it in order to be successful. And I'm telling you, you don't. If you check out the guide, you'll see there's a whole process that'll work you through to make your own perfect week, your own perfect morning. Okay. Here's what the guru-based perfect morning looks like on paper, right? So 5 a.m., right, really means you get up at 4:30 because you're going to be able to hit the ground running at 5 a.m. So 4:30 in the morning, you wake up, then you meditate, you do some yoga, you do some journaling, you read a little bit, you do your cold plunge, you do your exercise, you do your gratitude list, all before you have breakfast, all before you have your coffee. And by 9 a.m., you've either achieved enlightenment or you're completely exhausted, right? If you're already successful, you don't need to stack 17 new habits together to squeeze out productivity. But you do need a morning routine that's going to set you up to win for the day, right? You can get this stuff done in 10 to 15 minutes. Find out what is the most important for you and what works for you. Personally, I like to sit outside for 10 minutes. I put on a meditation and I stare at the sun with my eyes closed. But I stare at the sun, so I let the sun hit me. Circadian rhythm and all that other kind of stuff. I'm not going to talk about it today, but we can geek out if you want to message me. I'll talk to you all about it. But I love morning sun, okay? You can do a quick 10-minute walk outside. I know wherever you are, there might be snow on the ground, or it might be a monsoon or whatever. If the weather's not right for it, I'm not telling you to go walk outside and it's going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. I would never walk outside if it was below 35 degrees, 40 if we're being honest, okay? Maybe you just like to grab a really strong coffee and take 5 minutes and review your productivity for the day, right? Review the stuff that you've got going on for the day. Maybe you like to just sit in silence without your phone. The best thing I did for myself, I don't touch my phone in the morning, at least for an hour. I take it off the charger and I check the weather to see if I have to have like a raincoat for my son when I get into school. But that's it. You won't find me doing anything else on there. I don't want to have anything to do with it in the morning. I just want to be, right? Just let me be. I want to go outside. I want to have my little bit of sunshine. Sometimes I journal, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I write a friend a note and tell them how grateful I am for them. I do what feels good in the moment. I don't do it because I have a rich schedule around it. Okay? Because that works for me. All right? So pick 1 or 2 things that make you feel super, super grounded and focused and let the rest go. Right? You don't need to do 17 million things in the morning. At least not to start. Maybe eventually down the line, you will have a 17 list routine that you actually enjoy, but you don't have to cram it all in at one time. Okay. Some of the most successful CEOs like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, they don't wake up at 5 a.m. Bezos actually started his day with a super slow morning. And he's not lazy. Would you call him lazy? I don't think you would. But he's smart enough to know that good decision making doesn't happen when you're sleep deprived, right? Steve Jobs is another one. He always had on the same clothes, and he said that was intentional. It was part of his routine so that it took out some of the decisions that he had to make in the morning. He had the black turtleneck, the sneakers, and the jeans, and that was it. But that was something that he worked in so that he can move on with his day and do other stuff, right? So honestly, the real flex isn't just waking up early. It's knowing what works for you and letting that guide your day. Not trying to fit into somebody else's freaking box or somebody else's dang 5 a.m. club, right? If you're staying up late because you're super creative, I had a client once that was like 100%, I work from 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. Don't tell me different. I won't. And that's when you're creative. You go ahead, right? And she would get the decent amount of sleep and wake up at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning and go about her day. But that's when she was the most creative. So if that works for you, then do it. If that's when you're at your best. Just make sure you're getting enough sleep throughout the night so that you can continue to operate at your best throughout the day, okay? Here's what I want you to take away. Morning routines do not create success. Your ability to listen to yourself, to honor your energy, and to use your mornings in a way that works well for you, that's what's going to create success. So screw all the guilt of not being in some stupid club that somebody wrote a book about that wasn't that great if you ask me. Don't put that in there. Let go of all the hype and find a morning routine that works good for you. Maybe that's 5 a.m. Maybe it's 10 a.m. Okay? This week, I want you guys to try a simple morning audit. Just find what's one thing I can do in the morning that's going to help me feel super clear and focused. And then try it for a few days. Okay? Whether that's going outside for a few minutes. Listen, some people will put a jacket on just to be outside for a couple of minutes. It's totally up to you. Maybe you just like to send a friend a quick gratitude message or somebody that you're grateful for or whatever it is. Take time and do one thing a day. Okay?